Hello everyone! In today's video, I'm going to be coloring on toned paper with colored pencils. So let's get started! For the paper, I'm going to be using Strathmore toned tan paper. I got it as a Christmas gift a few years ago. And for the colored pencils, I am using Prismacolor colored pencils. So with coloring with toned paper, I like to first go in and add my shadows. So I go in with my shadow color and I go into areas where I want the shadows to be. I find this works well for the toned paper because then I blend out the shadows later using my base tone color. The one thing that's really cool about using toned paper is that the colors really pop on the toned paper. I've been really liking using toned paper a lot for colored pencils. Like I said, I got this paper as a Christmas present a few years ago and I've barely used it, but I've been using it a lot recently for colored pencils and I've been really enjoying it. It's a lot of fun because the colors are just so vibrant on the toned paper. Here I was adding the highlights to the skin and now I'm going in with my base tone and I am blending out my highlights and my shadows. I am pressing really hard on the pencil and here I was pressing so hard that I broke my pencil, which I was bummed about. I started pressing a little softer on my pencil after that. So I am coloring the character Marie from Splatoon. Marie is basically kind of like an idol or pop star character in the game. She's kind of like a pop star. And there's also Callie. They're kind of like a duo, Callie and Marie. So they're from the game Splatoon, which is a game for the Wii U. It's a really fun game. I really enjoy it. It's a shooting game and you have to try to cover the game map area with as much as your team's color as you can. So you're basically trying to cover the map with colored ink. And all the characters are like half squid, half human. For this picture of Marie, I decided to make her more on the human side. So I made her hair actual hair and I didn't put the black around her eyes. I just gave her really thick eyelashes. And I did keep the pointed ears just because I thought their ears were really cool. Here I am going in with green. She has like these green slits on her dress. I really liked adding the green because it really pops on the toned paper. Here I'm going in with black. Her dress is a dark black color and it has a hexagon like pattern on it. That was my phone if you heard that. It has a hexagon pattern on it. I did ink this picture digitally. So for the hexagon pattern, I just looked up a hexagon pattern on the internet and then I kind of pasted it onto the dress and made it fit the shape of her dress. Just to help me guide me to where I want the hexagons to be. I was kind of nervous when it came to coloring the dress because I wasn't totally sure what I was doing. It gets pretty light towards the middle, but I also really wanted to keep the hexagon look. So I start going in with a lot of blues and greens and white to emphasize the hexagon pattern, but I wasn't sure how to blend the hexagon pattern into the black and grays of the dress. And then I found that going over the area with kind of a teal blue color helped a lot, and that's when I started feeling more comfortable with coloring the dress. I'm overall really happy with how the dress turned out. I think it turned out really nicely. Overall, I had a lot of fun coloring this picture. Like I said, I've been really enjoying drawing on the toned paper with my colored pencils. I find that I color a lot faster on the toned paper than I do on white paper. I'm not totally sure why. Maybe it's because for a lot of the colors, I don't have to get rid of the little white specks. In the dress you can kind of see specks of the toned paper coming through, but for things like the skin, you can't really notice the tan specks because it's very much close to the skin color. So maybe that's why I'm able to color a lot faster on the toned paper. This picture took me about an hour to color, which is pretty fast for me when it comes to color pencil. I really had a lot of fun coloring her hair, and it really pops on the toned paper. Everything in this picture pops on the toned paper. I keep saying that. I haven't actually played Splatoon in quite a while. Recently, I've been playing Breath of the Wild for the Switch. It's so fun. Oh my word, I've been playing that game a ton, probably a lot more than I should. I've been not very active on my social medias, so I apologize for that, but if you're wondering why, it's because of Breath of the Wild, and it's a lot of fun. I've been enjoying it a lot. It's so good. Oh, here for her bow that I'll be coloring in just a second. So her bow, she usually has like tentacles. The Inklings have like their hair is their tentacles. It might sound weird if you haven't seen them, but basically she has her tentacles like tied up in a bow. But then I decided to make it an actual bow since I gave her actual hair. At first I was going to make it a light color, but since the bottom of the picture has a lot of black in it because of her dress, I decided to make the bow black so that there'd be more of a balance in the picture. I thought that would help balance things out and make it more cohesive, I guess. So I decided to make her bow black, which I really like. It's a big contrast between her hair and the bow, which also helps. Here I'm coloring the little sushi piece on her head. I think it's sushi. I'm not totally sure what it is, but I'm going to assume it's sushi. Also, whenever you see my hand move over to the side or something, or there's like a bunch of shadow, that's me sharpening my pencils. I had to sharpen my pencils a lot to keep them sharp. So yeah, I could have edited all those out, but that would have been a lot of stuff to edit out, so I kind of just kept it in there. Her eyes are a brown color, which I thought was cool because it makes her eyes really pop because they're the only brown thing in the picture. I'm happy with how her eyes turned out. For the bottom of the brown, I used an orange color just to kind of make them a little warmer. And here I'm coloring the green splat behind her. I think the splat of color kind of makes her pop a lot, and I like how it looks. So I had a lot of fun coloring this picture. I hope you liked watching this video, and who do you like better, Callie or Marie? So thank you all so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you all next week in my next video. Bye!